Hi, welcome back to Ideas Box, and if this is your first time here, then thanks for dropping by. I'm Jimmy, and today's video is of a repair I had to do to the engine on one of our ride-on mowers. I'm not going to give away too much because I want you to see the steps I took to find the fault and what I did to fix it. Anywho, let's get into it.
We've got this little Rover clipper ride-on mower, and we bought that because we've got an MTD as well, but I've taken the deck off that to give it extra ground clearance, and we use that for just towing things around. Everything at our farm now gets a tow fitting attached to it, welded to it, and we use this one for mowing, and it's a really good mower. It's got really light steering, and it's got the hydrostatic, I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But it's just stopped today and it's got no spark. So let me show you how I tested for that. I attached my trusty spark tester onto it. So that end goes on the spark plug, obviously. Yep, that's definitely on. And this end goes in there like that, and then you just crank it, and we're looking for a spark in there. Oh, that's right, I've got to bypass this seat safety. Hang on. So there's my seat safety switch bypass. So we're looking for a spark inside this little casing here. It can be hard to see. Oh, hang on, I just got a kick from that. Alright, we've got spark now. Well, we didn't have spark before. So there you go. Never take nothing for granted. So I'll disconnect these lights. Just tuck that all over there out the way. And we'll parts tray for the bits. Take that one there out. And that bonnet should come off. There we go. So now I'm going to give it a bit of aero start, which I probably should have done this to start with. Give it a bit of aero start. See if it kicks over. No. I don't know what it is then. Might have to have a bit of a think about this. Normally aero start and it's good to go. It's got spark. Don't know. Just going to check to see. So there's the starter. So that's engaging alright. So it's not that. What else could it be? If it's not fuel. It's almost like the spark's out of time. If I can get this off, I can check to see if the flywheel key is sheared. How do I get that off? Oh, yep, there we go. I've got the big boy now. Put that in my box, my tub of bits. Take that off. No, flywheel key is there. Right, have a look at this. Flywheel key is intact. It's got spark. So why isn't it running? Let me think. I don't know, I'm going to have a think about this. So I'll give it a shot straight in there, aero start, and we'll see what happens. Nothing. That's curious. Wonder if it's dropped the valve. Alright, looks like I'm taking this cover here off to have a look now. So I'll put a couple of rags under there to catch the oil that comes out. We'll pull this cover off, see if it looks like it's dropped the valve. Alright, it's going to take a little bit of persuading. A lot of RTV on there. That's right. Somebody's had this apart. The oil doesn't look too bad. Ah, that'll be it. There's your problem, lady. Can you see that? That's come off. Alright, so why has that come off? I've got no idea. I've no idea. I'm not 100% certain even what I'm looking at there. Oh, it's got a broken lifter rod. Shit. It's got a broken lifter rod. That shouldn't look like that. When I took this cover off, this was loose. That lifter rod's broken. Alright, so looks like Jimmy's about to learn how to fit a new lifter rod. That piece should be attached to there. So this isn't going to be a 5-minute fix. So I have to do some research as to what part I need and what else I need to do. Might be taking the head off yet. I've got no idea. Actually, just hold there a second. Is it as simple as lifting that lifter rod out? Well, there we go. Oh wow, okay, so I just need a new one of them, whatever that is. A lifter rod. Alright then. Well, looks like I'm doing some research on the interwebs to work out what I need. Okay, so investigations have revealed it's not out of fuel, it's got plenty of spark. I squirted Aerostart in there and got nothing. The flywheel key isn't sheared off. It's dropped a lifter rod. So I've got to source a new part. I don't imagine it would be difficult, but stranger things have happened. It is a model 219807, type 2301B1, code 090820ZA, Zulu Alpha. So there it is there. So I need to get 2 lifter rods for that. I'll put the rest of the engine together. Now that I've found that, I'll put the engine cover back on. But that's got the air filter and everything, so I'll put that back on. And I might just hook the bonnet back on too, because it'll be a few weeks till I get the parts. It just saves me having another loose piece in the workshop. So I just need to find somewhere to park this. So I've got the replacement lifter rod for this mower. It's a genuine Briggs and Stratton, and delivered only cost like $30, so it's not too bad. So got that from Adelaide, which is 100 odd kilometres away, so we'll fit that now and see how we go. Get my little parts tray. This doesn't all have to come off again, so that's on permanently. So I'll take this off and we'll have a look at what's in there. Are they 3/8? Yep, they are. Okay, so let's zip that off. Might as well put them in there for just now. Okay, so there is a little so that goes that way. So I think there's a little piece missing, a little cap off the end there. So I'm going to need to find that. So what have I done with that? There it is. That's the little piece goes on the top there. So that just, obviously that'll just stay on with a bit of suction from the oil. And that goes back on there, and then the lifter rod just goes in that hole there. So we'll open the packet and do that. I've got to loosen this off. Then there's a Torx bit in there for setting it. I've had a quick squeeze on the interwebs, and as far as I believe that's 4 thou. So 100 microns or 0.1 of a millimetre. Is that 11/16? Nope, smaller than 11/16. 10/16, there we go. You know what I mean, 5/8. So I need 0.4 of a millimetre, which is, no, 4 thou, which is 0.1 of a millimetre, that one there. Rightio, so let's open this packet of this part. Doesn't appear to be any difference with which end goes in, and there's a tiny flat on the end like I observed when I took the old one out. So that's obviously a design. So that goes in there like that. Yep. And then you loosen this off. So what size is that little Torx bit in there? Let's have a look. Looks pretty small. I reckon it's that one there. Yep, rightio. We wind that out. I'm going to take this almost right off, I believe, to get that over, get it sitting there. There we go. So wind that down. Right, so that's pretty close. So I'll just wind that down till it tightens. Now I need to take the spark plug out and find top dead center. Well, that's come off again. All right, I'll have to fix that in a minute. So I just need a socket for that. Okay, so why isn't that moving? That's better. Okay. Now that's moving. So I need to set it. So that's it. So there. Geez, I thought I'd done something wrong then. So there's my 4th hour there. Oh, hang on a minute, maybe. No. So it's just got to drag. So that's it there. So I need to hold that still. Hold that nut still while I tighten that little Torx bit in the middle. So that's got to be held perfectly still. And tighten that, there we go. I think that's it done. So there's the exhaust valve open, inlet valve open. Just exhaust valve open, inlet valve open. So that should be it there. Let's just check that again. Yep, beautiful. Yep, that's tight. Yep, they're both tight, that's good. So now I just need to fix this spark plug lead up. The things come off the end of the spark plug lead, so I'll quickly fix that up. Slide that back. There we go. So I've got to open that crimp up a little bit. Obviously the wire itself goes on this flat surface here so that you get maximum contact. And then the crimp will go into where it's already been crimped. You can see there where it's already been crimped. So I just need to get that onto there. You just need to squeeze that down. Squeeze that one around. Get that one to sort of angle in a bit more. That's it. There we go. Beautiful. I think that'll do. There we go. That's just about perfect there. So we'll just put that, slide that back up onto there. Get that back on there. There we go. Hear the click. So that one should be, I believe that should be 6th hour. So just let me check, see if I can find out what it is. Let's have a look. 15, 9, 7, 6. Here we go. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. And mine's supposed to be, the intake's supposed to be 4. Let's just check the intake. Do you know what I reckon? I reckon that's a little bit tight. Now that I've turned it over a few times, And it's kind of settled into where it wants to be. I reckon that's a bit tight. There we go. We'll start that and see how it goes. What I'll do though is I'll make a new gasket for this because someone's used RTV, so either way I need to clean all that RTV off and put a little bit more on. So I'll just tip them out of there, put them in my spares bucket, and I'll get something to scrape all this off, and then we'll see how we're going. I'm going to go off and clean this. I'll come back. So I'm going to make a gasket for this with gasket cardboard and used Permatex number 3, which is my favourite. So this is pretty simple. If you haven't got a roll of this gasket cardboard, do yourself a favour. There we go. I'll cut that out first so I'm not wrestling with a great roll of it. And you just do that so it flattens it out. It flattens it out. And you sit that down there. Pick up one edge that's straight. Trace around it. This is pretty much one of the simplest ways to make a gasket. I won't be using RTV. I don't have any RTV, so if I come in half an inch all the way around, I should be right, I think. So half an inch. So if I just put a mark there. This isn't an exact gasket too. This one's actually doesn't need to be. It can have a little bit of leeway in it. So another half inch there. Another half inch there. Because obviously I'll offer it up to the cover before I try and glue it in place. So half an inch there. Half an inch there. So then you go down to there, and then you have a look at that. Okay, that comes out about 5 millimeters. So if you come out from there about 5 millimeters, put a line, just go across like that. Honestly, this is not an exact science. Not when I do it anyway. Half an inch, half an inch. And come out. I know I'm using a mixture of millimeters and metric and non-metric, imperial, whatever you Americans like to call it, but So there you go, there's my gasket, so I'll just cut that out now. Like I said, this isn't complicated. I'll actually fast forward this because this is like watching paint dry. So then you just very carefully take that down to where you think your first cut started. Just chase that one down to there. Just run that cut down from there to there. And that middle piece should pretty much pop out now. So there you go. For anybody who's never made a cardboard gasket, look at another video and see how to do it properly. But this will do. It's only a rocker cover, it's not taking a lot of pressure or anything. I'll just tidy that up so it looks a bit nicer. There we go. So I'll just tidy these little edges here up so it looks a bit nicer. So there are only loose bits to come off inside the engine, which I doubt if they would. There we go. So I'll just punch some holes in that. I'm going to get something to punch those holes with. Okay, I don't have a wad punch that small, so I've sharpened this drill, like a little woodworking drill. Just focus. If you hold that down nice and tight, drill through into the wood underneath. And there's your holes. So that fits over that gasket. That fits over that perfectly. So we'll put some Loctite Permatex on that, and we'll bolt that on, and we'll start her up, I guess. We'll put some on the other face and we'll bolt this on. Just a little dab will do you. Make sure it's sort of fairly even and nice and tidy. Put it the right way up so the engine numbers are on the top. Now I'm not going to do these up with this rattle gun. That's just to save me shifting hands. They're steel bolts into aluminium. I'm not a big fan of doing up steel bolts into aluminium with a power tool, so I'll just feel them in. Actually, you know what I might do? Let's have a look at my torque chart up here. So there's it set for 6, so I'll turn that half a turn to there.
Right. I think that's all I need to do. Right, let's see if it'll start. Beautiful. Well, I'll call that a win. That was actually a rather simple job. Yeah, so if you've got a, let's have a look at what it is. Got a Briggs and Stratton 12.5. That's throwing a lifter rod. Don't be frightened, have a go at it yourself. It's not that difficult. And if it's the aluminium intake rod, that's the one you need for that engine. So it might be different for yours, but I believe the exhaust ones are steel and the intake ones are aluminium. So there you go, call that job done. Time for a beer. Wrong size spanner. Watch out for that hot exhaust. Connect the lights. And the connectors are a different size, which is good because I didn't actually look at them when I took them off, so that's good. So the bare one's obviously the earth, and the insulated one's obviously the power. Whoops, that's just pushed out. Hang on. There we go. So I'd say that's job done. Okay, thanks for watching. As you saw, it was quite an easy fix in the end, done with some very basic tools, and I was quite pleased, to be honest. Make sure to click like and subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell too. Well, I reckon that's it for today, so bye for now.